You're listening to Under a Blood Red Moon, a Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. We are the Winnebago Warriors, champions of Gaia, questing pack, and Ursine dating service. We spent 3 days wandering in the mountains north of Vancouver to find a bear to bring back for a mating ritual with recently awoken Goral Agra. This became the story of Blackfeather and the Three Bears when we found a trio of bears, but also found a Korax named Louis waiting alongside them. Louis wanted to come along and chatter our ear off and convince us that the best course of action was walking the bear back to Vancouver Island rather than bringing Agra out here. Like the morons we are, we agreed. We went back to the Sept of the Valkyries and made a deal with them to get some protection for Agra. Black Furies will defend Mom even against their own. We cut a deal with Louis to distract Lydia Ashworth so we can get Bear Baby Daddy over a moon bridge rather than walk him through downtown Vancouver. Now we just have to dodge an egotistical guru, get 2 bears to hook up. Oh, and there's still the little matter of the agents of the worm trying to poison the soul of Vancouver. All in a day's work, right?
Hi, I'm Aronoth, and I'm playing Twice Lived, the Homet Get a Fenris Philodox.
Hello, I'm Bloodied Porcelain, and I'm playing Junkyard Bitch, the Bodenar Theurge.
Hello, I'm Bookkeeper, and I'm playing Charlie Fangbanger, the Hamed Glasswalker Galliard.
Hi, I'm Gavin Cash, and I'm playing Eyes in the Dark, a Shadow Lord Metis Arun.
And hello, I'm Restorator Virens. We last left off with you guys having your feast at the Valkyrie's Sept and going to bed. Unless there's anything else that you guys would like to do that night. I'll take silence as a no. And oh,
No.
Charlie? Okay.
Right, I just answered.
And you guys wake up feeling refreshed. No one had any nightmares tonight. Nobody tried to breach mental defenses tonight either.
For once, a good night's rest.
Wow, no rolls or anything?
No. You guys are all calm, relaxed, and if you had any injuries, you would guess that they would be healed up. This cairn that you're near and around and under the protection of seems to be restorative. Almost, JB would know this would be closest to like a water spirits kind of cairn.
How would our willpower be doing?
Go ahead and recover. Everyone go ahead and recover 1 point.
Excellent.
And as you guys come out of Winnie, you smell some very delicious food and surprisingly some meat. Nobody has actually really seen any like farm animals nearby, but this smells like bacon.
Is it coming from one particular direction?
Yeah, it's kind of getting closer to where you guys had your where you had the initial right to talk to sorry, not talk. Yeah, words are hard today, and I'm getting flustered by something that made me laugh. Where you guys did the right to talk to Judo. And when you guys look over there, it looks like they are doing like another big morning feast, but a little bit more hearty, a little bit more fragrant. I mean, there's the bacon, and as you guys get closer to it, you're beginning to smell herbs and eggs, and like it seems that they're kind of doing some like restorative stuff as well. And there's a nice citrusy tea.
Let's eat.
Are we invited?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
If we're not invited yet, give me 5 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Charlie, you walk up, and they look at you. Some give a little bit of a face, but are like elbowed by somebody else, and by one of the other women, and
JB will be like 5 steps behind Charlie, and if they pull a face, she'll just fold her arms over her chest and give him a look like, I fucking dare you.
Yeah, it's like it's a combination of like being elbowed, going like, "Hey, look fucking nice," and
Right. My sincere apologies that I woke up this morning still a guy. Maybe join you?
Yes, of course you can. If you want, we could teach you a gift to change that if you would like.
I know people who would probably object. So, no thanks. And I will wave the pack over.
One of them looks at JB.
JB just gives a little bit of a shrug.
But yeah, they're kind of like piling up their own plates. This is set up very buffet style, but more primal looking.
Get a scoop of this, a couple of these. Can't forget the bacon.
You never forget the bacon.
You gotta eat the potatoes too. You gotta, stick to your ribs. We need the energy for the day.
Yeah, there's potatoes, carrots, like there's lots of vegetables, lots of eggs, lots of bacon. Like this is, like the protein values are, I mean, in human terms, it's humongous. For you guys, this is kind of normal looking for a gathering of werewolves.
Lots of eggs. Clearly a 90s economy.
No bird flu. Nobody's not somebody else fucking with the prices as well. Anyway, yeah, you guys are eating. It doesn't really seem that anybody is fully bothering you. It looks like they're more getting ready for themselves to get on with their own days. They seem to have something special going on as well, and that the timing of all this is very coincidental.
What are they doing that makes it seem like they've got something special going on?
Well, the past few times they haven't really set up anything large food-wise. As far as you know, they haven't really set up anything large buffet banquet style for you guys, especially when you were there in the morning for the rite of Juno or after.
So it's just the food that makes it seem special. Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of the atmosphere of the food makes it seem a little bit more special. These women are very pragmatic. I mean, they're very pragmatic. They wouldn't waste food or anything for something not special. They might even try to ration it. Yes, which also strikes you as odd.
JB is drinking black coffee.
Eyes is just shoveling food into his face and drinking and is living his best life at the moment.
Hey, JB. I need you to ask the right master whether or not we can use the moon bridge to come back, whether or not we can come back over a different moon bridge. If we can't, then we got to split up. Some of us got to take Winnie. The others have to take the bear over the bridge.
Okay. I'm double checking.
What are you double checking? I might be able to answer.
I'm just checking to see if there's a limit on how long the moon bridge can stay open. It doesn't seem to be.
There is not a limit.
Obviously, it's not something you want to leave open all the time, but...
Yeah, moon bridges attract spirits, mainly loons as they get curious. But there isn't a limit on how long they could be open, other than the moon bridge needs to be renewed every 13 moons, so roughly a year.
Right. JB will kind of look over. There's no limit on how long I can keep the moon bridge open in theory. You don't want to leave it open for forever because it can act like a magnet. And Gaia knows we've already got one of those.
We're coming out in Lydia Ashworth's little mini cairn, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't go back that way unless we're going to distract her again.
That's fair.
Unless your friends who want to see her positions come open at the cairn are happy with it happening the old-fashioned way. But I don't think she's been quite that much of a bitch to us yet.
Yeah, it seems like it's more likely to be counterproductive to everything else we've been told we're supposed to do here. Out of character, Game Master, is there anything I can think of that would put us in a position to challenge Lydia Ashworth and maybe put her position in jeopardy, other than just fucking killing her?
You can outright challenge her. This is a time of peace. Anybody can challenge any leader.
Yeah, but she's an elder, isn't she?
She is considered an elder, but that doesn't mean that someone of a lower rank can beat her. Being an elder in her case can either mean that she's incredibly strong, or
That's my biggest concern is that
cowardly.
she is. My concern is that I have no way of knowing which of those is true. and the wise part of me says maybe assume it's because she's really strong. Especially considering that she's the right master for a great Cairn.
Well, she is the right master and Caller of the Wild as well. Do you remember giving her? She had another title. Keeper of the Land. She maintains this. So Keeper of the Land maintains the outside and inside views of the Cairns aesthetics. There's Caller of the Wild, which is kind of the bringing spirits in, invigorating them, helping out the wildlife around, and then Master of the Right is self-explanatory.
Right. Even if I could win in a challenge against her, that creates the problem of I think I'd be expected to take over, and this isn't home.
Correct.
Yeah. We weren't asked to knock her out of her position, just to undermine her. But I'm just wondering if they get really pissy if we just made the position come open.
Pretty sure they'd get pissy.
If you talk about this slightly with your pack, Charlie, I will say you would probably have the thought that, this is your Glasswalker Galliard brain thinking, but maybe you could convince some of the other people holding positions that she needs to go. Maybe she has secrets that they don't know.
So what I could do, we have to go talk to the Great Cairn anyway, because we got to get this meeting set up. What I could do is take a page out of his tribe's playbook. I say, jerking my thumb at eyes.
What do you mean?
Power comes from where people perceive it. If people think you're weak in a political situation, you are. And it doesn't take a just hypothetically, if a Shadow Lord thought that his alpha was slipping, first thing he might do is go talk to his packmates about a conspiracy. Just hypothetically speaking.
Eyes shiftily looks from side to side and hunkers down over his plate. That does sound like something people in my tribe would do.
Sure does.
Strictly hypothetically, right?
Right. Strictly hypothetical.
Nothing that we need to worry about. But could be something that Lydia Ashworth might need to worry about. I can't imagine her way of going around about things has made her a ton of friends.
I mean, you want to get into the politics, go for it.
And how can I help?
Have to make sure knocking her loose like that won't affect the grand scheme of what we're trying to do with the different groups.
It shouldn't. She has personal interests in us, or at least in one of us. And more
Phoebe rolls her eyes really hard.
More importantly, if the Great Cairn has 3 offices come loose, while the Sept of the Valkyries and the Smiling Buddhas are trying, at least the Sept of the Valkyries are trying to get better recognition, that's an opportunity for them. Let them work that out. We don't promise them the position, just the opportunity. And that's something we did agree we would try to do.
It is a good point.
Yep.
So we can divide this up when we get back to the Great Cairn. Twice, if you want to take point on getting people to show up for the meeting, find out if they want anything, find out what's on offer, including, hey, here's where the worm minions are. Oh, and by the way, you might get to kill surplus vampires. And then find out what they would want out of that.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Then I can wander around and talk shit about people. Look at JB. Want to help?
No one's going to listen to me anyway.
That's not even remotely true, except that you believe it is. So here we are.
Everybody. Things famously go poorly when I try to talk to other people like us. So,
Not always.
usually.
Besides, we kind of want it to go poorly. But either way, Eyes, you want to apply some Shadow Lord Cunning?
I can try. I've not done it with the words part yet.
Well, if nothing else, you just tell them the truth in a particular way. Like, this werewolf is supposed to be responsible for the cairn, for the sept, but she seems to be spending all her time out at this little cairn of her own. And now she's obsessing over some member of your pack. What's that all about? Then all you're doing is asking questions, right?
Yes, I see. We erode the image to what was the word? Hold on one second. Nice will reach into his backpack, or not backpack, his back pocket, and pull out the dictionary and flip through. Destabilize her standing.
Very good.
Are you looking up the word destabilize, word her, or standing?
Destabilize. It's a long one.
And most importantly, I'll make you a bet right now, $5. You bitch about Lydia Ashworth in a public place, I bet you someone joins in.
I do not feel comfortable taking that bet because I think you know more than I do on this one. The odds are stacked against me.
They usually are if a Glasswalker bets you something. All right, then. Let's eat, and we'll find out whether or not we get it. One of us has to drive Winnie down, and we'll move a bear. Has anyone seen him this morning?
As you do mention that, when you look around, you do see that the bear is like kind of behind like Winnie in a place that you guys wouldn't have seen like coming out, but now that you're like looking, you see the bear and it is like kind of on its back trying to like eat this like nice big salmon.
I had a thought.
What you got?
Can't be you that drives Winnie.
I can drive.
You're the only one who can talk to him.
It's fair.
And we're gonna need somebody who can keep him calm if he's going over the moon bridge.
I've been watching.
Have you ever driven ever?
A little. When nobody's been watching.
If someone has to drive Winnie, let Twice or JB do it.
I have to be here.
I
All right.
promise I'm good.
Eyes. If I am not able to keep the bear calm, someone's going to have to wrestle him. That should probably be you.
This is a truly important responsibility that you're tasking me with.
You are our designated bear wrestler.
This is true. Weiss, do you know how to drive?
If I'm careful.
Oh, good Lord.
We'll worry about. All right. First, let's find out if it's going to be a problem. Oh, and Eyes, when we're downtown Vancouver, whatever happens, don't describe yourself as the designated bear wrestler. It won't go well.
What do you mean?
Just take my word for it on this one. Bye, big guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find the right master. JB looks highly amused as she walks away.
All right. You do easily find her. She's not too far away from where you are, and she perks up seeing you. Oh, hi, dearie.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Oh my god, my
Need some tea?
apparently my voice is going.
JB will pour her a glass of tea and set it down in front of her. So we're trying to get our logistics of this little mobile bear operation figured out. Is it gonna be okay if we leave the bridge open long enough for them to come back, or at least is there a way for them to contact us so that I can open it again for them to return? Otherwise, we gotta send somebody by themselves over there.
Well, if they're willing, they could go to the Great Cairn and open one there, or have the right master open one there.
It's like, I don't think they can. I, as far as I'm aware, I am the only one who is able to open the moon bridge in my pack.
And you would have to ask Miss Ashworth to open it for you there. You might be lucky enough to find somebody else there who can help you. I wouldn't count on it either. Do you all have pagers?
Out of character, I feel like JB would know if Charlie has a pager.
Charlie does have a pager and a cell phone.
Yeah, you do also have a cell phone, but
Charlie has a pager.
perhaps you could communicate that way.
So you're good with me opening it again to bring them back?
You do what you need to.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Thank you.
You're powerful enough. We trust you.
JB looks awkward, like she has no idea how to deal with that. Thanks. I'm gonna go let him know. And I will go back to the boys. So why don't you just leave your pager? Take your phone. Call me. Or page yourself. And I'll open it again so that you guys can come back this way.
Okay. Wait, so you're going to open the bridge and you have to stay here on this side to keep it open?
I mean, not necessarily, but it's probably the most reliable way to do it.
You can't walk on a bridge you opened?
I can. I'm saying it might be more reliable if one of us is like here so that I am not necessarily potentially caught up in any sort of scuffle that might happen on the other side. It's gonna be hard for me to open a bridge if we're also fighting or running.
I mean, why don't you want to come?
This isn't about not wanting to come. I don't. It is easier for me to guarantee that things are going to be okay and that I can open the bridge if I'm not there and potentially caught up in the middle of it.
Okay, I'm just not really thrilled about the idea of leaving my Umbra expert behind, especially if I'm going to go mess with the political life of a right master.
I mean, if you want me to come, I'll come, but... And she'll shrug a little bit.
JB,
What?
I want you to come.
Fine.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Buck.
I will walk over to the bear. Morning.
Morning.
You ready to take a walk?
Do I have to go through that place again?
Kind of, but not for long. We're gonna go over a path, and then we're gonna come out on a whole new island. You're gonna be surrounded by water that has tons of fish in it, and there's a nice lady who wants to meet you.
Okay.
So, come walk with us.
Sure. And he'll kind of like roll over and get up and start walking alongside you. And as far as you guys can tell, Louie's not here, so you'll need somebody else to help bring him.
Where is he at?
He's off keeping her busy.
Right. That was the last thing we talked to Louie about. Is Louie is keeping Lydia busy and hopefully out of her little cairn while we do this.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Because I'm looking at the right of the open bridge and it doesn't say anything about having to go into the Umbra to use it. It just says it creates a shimmering portal serving as a mystic means of transportation. That's all it says.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do then. So that is fair. It is going to be a portal. You guys will have to be in the Umbra for the briefest little bit because it's like one thousandth of the like time it would take to travel. So it'll be very brief, but you'll be able to do it.
Okay, so how do we get the bear across?
The bear can go through the portal is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's time for me to roll.
Yes, indeed.
That is Wits and Enigmas. JB.
And it's a Mystic Ray, so I believe it's a Diff 7. Unless it says different.
I don't think it says. Difficulty 8 minus the level of the right master's cairn. Well, I don't have a cairn, so I'm assuming that's from the cairn I'm casting from. So what's the level of this cairn?
Level 3.
So it's a difficulty 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what level the cairn we're going to is. I know it's not big, but I'm still gonna
1.
I'm gonna willpower just in case. 4 successes. I needed to get at least 1 in order to create the bridge. So.
Yeah, it's not too shocking for you. So, go ahead and describe what you're doing to set this up.
Wasn't prepared for that question.
Sorry.
JB's never actually done this. Like, she's been trained on how to do it. And has maybe helped others do it, but has never just had to do it on her own. So I think that there's like probably a good 10-15 minutes of her like double checking to make sure that everything in the right area is like perfect. She's, you know, making sure that the path stones are positioned just so, even if it doesn't really matter. And there is a moment where she grabs like a stick and sort of like uses the stick to like draw like a large portal that would be big enough to encompass like the bear and a person next to it. Probably the bear and eyes, just as her gauge for people sizes. On the ground, and then begins to like chant and focus, and the lightning tattoos that run up and down her shoulders to the tips of her fingers kind of spark, and the air smells like ozone, and there's like the faint rumble of like distant thunder as the circle kind of lifts up off the ground almost, and has like a swirling, almost opalescent shine to it. And you can see the other cairn on the other side. Vaguely, it's swirly and weird, but
yeah, you're able to see this shimmering silver like walkway. It looks like it's just a small step for you guys on this side, and you're able to see a slightly blurred, fuzzy other side of the portal of where Lydia Ashworth's mini cairn is.
Looks like the right place.
Yep.
All right.
Eyes, you're up first.
Eyes will indeed go first.
All right. So there's no issue. You do feel yourself go cross over into the Umbra, and without stepping sideways, it feels unnatural for you. It's going to feel slightly unnatural for everybody, except for JB, because you guys aren't entirely slipping sideways, but are still going into the Umbra and then stepping back out.
All right, come on, buddy.
And the bear will go through. JB, you were going to say something?
JB's the last person through.
Okay. All right. And everyone's through successfully. The bear looks dazed, slightly confused, just because doing the stepping through it, he's still not, well, he's never going to be used to being brought into the Umbra or going through in any sort of fashion.
Right. I will close the bridge behind us.
Get out of the little cairn as fast as we can go.
So let's not stick around.
Go, go, go.
All right. Yeah, and the bear's gonna kind of like trail behind Eyes just the slightest bit. But you guys are going through and kind of are following the same footsteps that you took just a week prior to find Agra. I mean, there's been some slight changes, but such is the way of the forest.
I'm gonna.
Does anybody? Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and just for safety's sake shift to Glabro.
All right.
And yeah, I'll go ahead and roll for that.
Anybody else doing anything?
Nope.
Not yet.
Going Krynos will scare the bear. I will say that now.
Exactly. Yeah. No, not yet.
Actually, yes. I'm gonna spend rage and drop into Lupus.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna follow suit.
Okay. 2 Lupus, 1 Hamid, 1 Glabro, and a bear.
Walking into a bar.
No, you're walking into the forest. Can I have all of you make a difficulty 7, which means it'll be 5 for our Lupus, perception and alertness rolls?
Sure.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Would the extra dice for this being based on movement from Wolf Sight come into play?
Nope.
Okay.
2.
All right.
4.
after a little bit of time, as you guys are walking, and I'm assuming JB and Twice, you guys are kind of like running back and forth, scouting between the pack and up ahead, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, I'm just trying to determine the purpose of you guys being lupus. I didn't know if you're like scouting ahead, reporting back, or just staying with the group. So if you
It's fine.
okay, if you guys are scouting, you guys, JB in particular, JB, you get the sense Twice you're going to be the one who sees it first. There's this flock of crows that's rubbing you the wrong way, JB. And they're kind of like flying around in the trees. It's slightly worrying, and I shouldn't say a flock. A murder of crows is the proper term.
I will overface bear bring people's attention to that.
You can kind of see that they're gathering around all of you now as well.
Why? Charlie, can you ask
Yeah.
them?
Yep. Help you with something?
They caw. They don't say anything, but it's very gurgly. Is kind of the best way to put it. Gurgly.
Sure, but I speak crow. So what are they saying?
No, they're not saying anything. It's just like
Okay.
this.
They're just making noise.
It's
just,
unintelligible. Yeah, it's a very gurgly kind of gross, go like kind of thing. This isn't me like invalidating your beast speech. This is me saying like it's unintelligible.
They're just making noise.
That doesn't seem normal.
Can I peer into the Umbra, maybe?
Yes. Go ahead and make that roll. It's should be diff 5. You guys are out in the forest.
I do this every fucking time. What's the roll again?
Permanent gnosis.
That's what I thought. Okay. I was just like, am I dumb? I might just be dumb. You said diff 5?
Yep, diff 5. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it's a weird Monday.
5 successes.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, you have some pretty damn good clarity in the Umbra. And as you're like looking at this murder of crows, they have worm taint on them. And in the Umbra, it's kind of this like one semi-collected entity with like things like sticking out to where all the crows are. Just to like show it's this one thing controlling the flock. Yeah, it looks
So there's like a worm
grotesque.
spirit. There's a worm spirit controlling it.
Yeah, Bane.
That's a bane.
How do we deal with it?
Shaby growls. I could always pop over and deal with it.
Can you also roll perception and occult, Shaby?
Lore. Does Garu lore apply?
Yes. This is kind of the best way I can get to an aura roll.
That's 7. Difficulty what?
Difficulty 7 as well.
2.
You remember from the fighting the mages, they kind of like had these weird spirits tied to them. And you kind of remember how they looked, very nonsensical, metallic looking. There's that hint of metallicness. I mean, it's a different color, it's a different kind, but there's that hint again, attached to this bane with the ever so faintest, like you would really have to be looking for it, line going somewhere out into towards the direction of the city.
So you can see it. Oh, go ahead.
I can see the bane from here, but
Can the bane
is
see-
controlling the birds.
So the Bane can see and hear us.
Yep.
Cool.
Also,
I like-
I'm pretty sure it's being controlled. It's got worm taint all over it.
I'm gonna want you to kill the Bane. We're gonna kill the birds. I'm gonna do something to make sure it stays here and dies and doesn't fly away. And Charlie's voice does something strangely inhuman, but something that the pack has heard before as he unleashes a call of the worm.
And I'm looking for anything shiny that I can use to step sideways.
So I'm going to roll manipulation and performance. The Bane's going to roll willpower. Both are diff 7. If I get more successes, it has to come towards me.
Okay. JB, to find something shiny, you'd have to like run off just the slightest bit. I'd say maybe about
There's
a minute's
nothing
run in
shiny in the
Lupus.
cairn.
You guys aren't in the cairn.
Okay.
You guys left the cairn. You guys were like, you were walking a bit and spotted this.
And nobody has glasses on, huh?
Are my shades not enough?
You have to be able to
Actually,
fit
I have a question. Would you consider this a high stress situation?
through. Yes, but there still has to be a reflection around. You have to travel to the reflection.
I don't. Hold on.
The effect, I can still have you roll the effect, but it's not gonna, like, I can't force you to roll the gnosis to slip without a reflection nearby.
All right, when stressed and near a reflective surface. All right, so there's no reflective surfaces within a minute.
Yeah, you'd have to, because in Lupus form, it'd be a minute, because you're able to full sprint. All right,
It's okay. Do what you got to do.
All right,
Charlie.
I'll take off.
Charlie, I want to see you roll.
All right. Spend enough point of willpower on this.
You're doing
I'm-
a willpower roll.
No, they're doing the willpower roll. I roll
Oh.
manipulation and performance.
You are rolling your performance, yeah. Singing slightly. Gotta roll throughout the singing.
Yeah, or, just trying to draw it to me so seductive might apply. Come here, baby. I got something for you.
Oh dear God.
For the sake of myself, do the singing specialty because I don't want to picture that.
That'll be 5 successes.
Yeah, it has to go towards you. JB, I do want you to roll it, and it might be beneficial if you slip, so we'll see.
Okay. What's an occult difficulty? 7.
And your shades aren't active, so it's not going to cut against you as well.
Correct.
So yeah, the birds are now going to dive bomb Charlie. We will handle that in just a minute.
Oh, failed. I guess I
okay.
slipped sideways.
Yeah, when you get to you'll go to this like stream. It's kind of small, but it's just enough for you to like kind of like go into, and you feel yourself slip sideways as you hear the birds start to like fly down. I'm gonna have
Everybody
everyone
over face bear just hears fuck. Well, okay, I guess that worked.
I'm gonna have everyone roll. Go ahead and do their initiative, please.
All right, I'm going to use my seizing the edge and make sure I get a +10 on this one.
Go ahead. Remember, it is /init add.
Slash in it. Roll.
He uses Zamisi, so it's in an ad.
Oh God. Okay.
They are special. Our GM is special. Our ST is special.
It's wits and
Dex.
dex.
Yep.
Thank you.
You add that as your mod. I have never once claimed to be sane. I just want that to be known.
Amazing. I rolled an 11. Well, I got an 11.
Okay. The birds are going to go last. It is going to go Eyes, Twice, Charlie, JB, the birds. The birds are going to start with the dive bombing very first, and Charlie can react accordingly.
So eyes seeing the incoming threat.
Yep. Let me roll my attack first.
Oh, okay, sure.
This is more of them doing the slight surprise, but some kind of planned by Charlie. But I don't think he was expecting him to be dive bombed. You could correct me if I'm wrong. If in that case, I won't do the roll.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Look, they are some lucky crows.
That absolutely hits. Yeah.
I also need you to roll do a reflexive willpower roll.
Sure. Difficulty?
Standard. It doesn't provide me with difficulty, so I'm just going off standard.
3 successes.
Okay. You're fine. Go ahead and soak 4 lethal.
Okay.
Soak or take, whatever you would like. Eyes.
Yes. All right. So they're coming in at us. They've already gotten Charlie a little bit.
I took 3 of them. I take 1.
Wunderbar.
I just would like to cow them into doing nothing and into effectively standing down with true fear. And he is hoping that if the Bane is observing through these birds, that it is more affected than the birds are. But either way, someone's going to stop hitting someone.
Okay. They need to roll their willpower, I assume?
No, I need to know the difficulty, which is their willpower.
7.
7. All right. So it is my strength and my intimidation versus 7. I can do that. Would monstrous be a good specialty for this?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh wow. That is a botch.
Okay.
Even Charlie turns. Thought you were trying to scare them.
Yeah, Eyes opens his mouth to let loose a mighty and loud roar in hopes of
And it comes out a
shouting them
meow?
down. Yeah, it kind of just, he starts coughing.
Too much bacon. He burps.
Yep. And he's gonna turn away at that moment because that's all he can do.
Yeah, they after dive bombing and Charlie getting packed aside bit, they're gonna now kind of look and be ready to get you if they live long enough.
I mean, that's not all bad. Cool. Excellent. And that's my turn. I spent the action.
Okay. Go ahead, Charlie. Or sorry, not Charlie. Weiss.
Weiss is going to shift back to Hamid, and I will try to get the best angle to throw my iron hammer through the group to just hit as many birds as I can from the horde.
Okay. Roll your strength and athletics.
Ready? 1 second.
Would that botch? Never mind. I'm full of rage. It wouldn't matter.
3 successes.
Yeah, you're just throwing it through. You're not recalling it yet, right?
Not yet, no. I was going to see if I
Okay.
could do an additional attack with the recall. Just that'll be after I
Yeah.
spend a rage.
Yeah.
Want to Thor the birds? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, he
Kinda,
wants to
yeah.
throw the birds. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
That'll be. Oh, I forgot to put no botch, so that'll be 4 damage on that one.
Oh, that's just all right. Yeah. Let me do the roll. Yeah. Go ahead and.
It is aggravated damage if that was the soak roll. I don't know if birds can soak ag, or these birds anyway.
You take a few out, but they don't. When you do, you can kind of see them fall a little bit, but they then pick themselves back up, and they look very mangled.
Alrighty.
That's not
yeah.
good.
No,
Yeah, they already don't look all that good. In fact, Charlie, when you saw them, when they were dive bombing you, they are very grotesque looking. I don't want to get into. I don't super want to get into too much detail, but they're very bloody and gory.
Does maybe wish I'd brought along one of the shotguns, but that seemed a little
American.
ostentatious to bring out of the Winnebago.
Alright, so I'll spend the rage to hit them again on the return, if that's allowed.
Yeah, go ahead.
3 successes again.
Damage yet again.
3 damage.
Damage. You're just not doing enough damage, apparently.
No, apparently not.
Yeah, again, you on the pullback, you hit a few and they kind of bounce back again. Charlie, now your turn.
Charlie didn't bring his shotguns. He did bring his pistol though. And so he pulls out his semi-automatic pistol, and I'm going to shoot them 3 times. I'm going to shoot them twice by splitting my first action. So I take the dice pool and I split it and evenly. So 4 dice for 1 shot, 3 dice for the second shot. And then I'll spend a rage point, take a 3rd shot with my full dice pool, and that'll be the whole rate of the gun. So that's as many shots as I can take.
All right.
First shot, I get 1 success, so that does hit. For 2 damage.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Do feel free to.
Yep.
It's
Second
3 damage in total.
Second shot hits, so also
right.
with 1 success. So that'll be 4 successes. So got 2 damage and 4 damage, and then 1 more. And this is my whole dice pool. I'll go ahead and spend a willpower point on this one. 3 successes, but that'll give me 2 thresholds. So that's not bad. So 2 damage, 4 damage, 5 damage. As Charlie just pulls out his gun and
11 in total. Okay.
introduces the Canadian birds to America.
Yeah, these Canadian. See, eyes, you have no. Sorry, not eyes. Twice, you just have no luck. But when it comes to them rolling soak, because they succeeded on all of yours, and it's just a marginal success on this one.
I softened them up for him. That's all.
You did. You loosened that jar. You loosened the pickle jar for him. Thank you. Yeah, Charlie just pulls out his gun. Pow, pow, pow. I really like this suit.
Okay. Terrible. It's just great. So 4 off 11, that'd be 8? No. 7. Yeah, the birds stop reacting, but that doesn't change from what JB is dealing with in the Umbra.
Nope. And I will say over Face Bear, birds have gotten quieter, but Bane might be trying to get out of town soon. Are you close?
I'm going. How many turns is it going to take me to get there?
To be kinder, I would say you do move slightly faster in the Umbra, so I would say you're able to get there. If you rage, you'll be able to take a swipe at it.
What do you mean take a swipe at it? I don't...
Hit it. To hit it. If you want to, like, physically attack the Bane.
Okay.
Because it would take 1 full turn to run there. If you use your rage, you can hit it.
I have a question, because I don't remember, because I haven't done this in this game ever. What happens if I run out of rage?
You lose the wolf.
Yeah.
Although I can get some back, because I'm about to run into combat, aren't I?
Yeah.
I mostly ask because I have 2 left, and I would like to hit them, but I'd also like to hit them really hard, which I think I need rage to do that.
Okay, I was panicking for a moment. I thought you were like down to that like last point. I'm like, oh fuck.
No, I've got 2, but if I do what I want to do, I have to spend both of them.
I stand corrected. Losing the wolf in Werewolf 20th is loser spend all your rage and willpower.
Oh, okay.
It's still not good to lose all your rage.
Yeah.
Since I'm about to go into combat, I should get at least 1 point back anyway. So what I would like to do is I'm going to spend 1 point of rage to activate Strength of Gaia, which makes it so that my lupus form's base strength goes up by +4 instead of +1. So I am just as strong in lupus as I am in Krynos.
Yeah.
And I would like to spend my second one to hit it. And hope that I actually hit it and get that last rage point back.
If you miss, I
know.
Second off, if you miss, you will probably be getting another rage point back.
Okay, so we're gonna go with a bite. You guys just hear, I got it, and then JB jumps at the thing and attempts to bite it, which is Dex plus Brawl. My Dex is a 5. Brawl is a 3. 8. Difficulty 5. And because I really don't want to be embarrassed, I'm going to spend a willpower. For 7 successes.
No one could actually see it happen, so JB gets to be a badass.
Yep, that's how this works. Anytime JB is away from the party, she does amazing things.
All right, roll
okay.
that strength +6.
Strength +7, because bite is a +1 on its own.
Right.
So my strength is currently 6. So I get to roll 13 dice. Difficulty 6 with no botch for 7 successes.
Okay. The Bane can't physically do anything about that as well. I need to add.
Just a wolf just comes barreling out of nowhere in the Umbra.
Yeah, it can't do anything
I
about
guess
that.
technically she'd be like a wolf storm cloud thing.
Yeah. No, you are just as enigmatic, like looking as any other spirit. Just with the slightly more animalistic features, which is weird. Yeah, the Bane can't do anything. It's gonna start leaving.
Oh, I'm chasing it.
Yeah.
It starts
Which-
leaving and everybody over Facebear hears, oh no you fucking don't.
Get him.
And since there's no activity in the physical world, you guys don't entirely. If you
There
want
aren't
to go
there aren't like crows dropping from the sky or anything?
Oh no! Charlie shot and got quite a few. And when he got them, like a lot of them like started falling to the ground themselves, but like the ones that were like in the trees waiting, definitely do start like kind of like tipping forward and just falling. And again, not a great sight. And if any of you were like smaller children, probably very traumatic. Now, I would say the rest of you are out of combat if you wish. If anybody wants to help JB give chase, specifically, if no one wants to help JB give chase, go ahead. But yeah, this thing's going to start running away from JB, and JB gives chase. Go ahead and roll another bite, because you are faster than this thing.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to give chase while she's in the Umbra and we're not.
Go into the Umbra.
Yeah.
They'd have to get to the point where I went in.
Yeah.
For another 7.
Holy fuck.
JB says, bitch, this is my house. So that's another 13 for 6. Not bad.
Okay. So he rolled math. Yeah, this thing is barely hanging on.
Are you kidding me? It's still up.
Yeah, it's barely hanging on. And your rough estimate and general knowledge about spirits, you would guess that it doesn't have a whole lot of essence left.
Okay.
I'll allow you one more bite.
Well, I'm not gonna stop chasing it. God damn it.
No,
Yes.
I know you're not.
I start heading for the creek.
And
We'll call you back if we need you, but
Understood.
so
Might as well
that's
start running that way.
8. The difficulty 6. No bot.
You are able to use willpower on the damage roll. I'm going to point that out.
Oh no, I'm doing it on this one. I didn't do it on the last one because I had a really big die pool.
Yeah.
For another 6.
Yeah, it's down.
It's down.
It's gone. It's dissipated. You've killed it.
Everybody just hears over Facebook. God, that tastes bad. Fuck.
Slightly irony, a little bit.
Tastes like motor oil and stale blood.
Stale blood is a great way to put it, but there's also slight bit of something that is close to sulfur, but not entirely.
And rotten eggs. But yeah, I got it.
okay,
Are there more? Do you need help?
No, that was it.
good job. We'll meet you down at the stream.
Okay. I'm gonna head for the stream. Do I get a point of rage back?
Yes.
Also, can I get a willpower back for my survivor nature? Because I did that by myself.
I'd be a little bit more inclined if you were a lone wolf. I will give it to you because you did do some survivor mentality, but this would be closer to lone wolf.
Okay.
You get to, you guys are back at the creek and resume your travels towards Agra.
AB comes back, pops out on the other side of the creek, and is still in lupus form.
Not bad, badass.
Can do my job.
Yes, you can. Have no doubt.
You can even do it well. Someday we'll get you to take a compliment.
There's just no reaction from JB.
He gets side-eyed in lupus form. He gets like the doggy side-eye.
Oh, that's actually that. To me, that is worse
just
than
even
actual.
more powerful than the normal side-eye.
Yeah, you guys are able to like kind of get along your travels again. JB, now that you're like kind of like walking past and like through what they saw, it's a very unpleasant sight and uncomfortable knowing that a Bane was doing this to them.
JB just growls as she passes.
Hey, you know, Bear, JB's a real badass. We all like her a lot. We think very highly of her. She gets real uncomfortable when I talk like this.
JB snaps her teeth at Charlie's ankle.
No nibbling. Back and
I
away.
wasn't gonna nibble.
Well, that definitely has to wait.
JB, you get a sense of approval from Bear, and Charlie, you get a cold shoulder.
Bear likes me better.
Bear doesn't approve of bragging, even on the behalf of teammates.
Yeah.
Can I wait a hold on?
That is literally my tribal job.
Can I wait just a couple of minutes until things sort of settle in again, and then I would like to, on one of my like circles back towards the rest of the group, because I'm out scouting. I want to come up behind Charlie and see if I could like sweep him off his feet.
Yes. Charlie, go ahead and roll perception alertness.
Full bore, barreling into the back of his legs.
Perception alertness to dexterity athletics. Maybe stealth if you want to be a little bit stealthier about it, but I think you want to go full. You said full bore,
Full
so
tilt.
Yeah, athletics for me, please.
Okay, so am I trying to perceive this, or am I trying to get out of the way?
If you perceive it, I will assume that you get out of the way.
Okay, because if she's,
I do realize that's two very different
Yeah.
roles, but Charlie is smart enough to know
That's cool.
how to get out of the way.
3 successes.
How bad do I want this?
How bad?
Real bad.
Willpower bad, I think.
Do it.
Bear,
3.
not letting this be a tie. I will have to give this in favor of Charlie seeing it.
Damn it.
Ah!
What is it?
Fine, I nip at his ankle when I go by. Not hard. Not
No.
looking to hurt him. But
No, just the puppy nip. Charlie, you see this and just get out of the way, but JP still makes a slight nip at your ankle. It's kind of that going like, oh, motherfucker. Oh, well.
With eyes ask, what is it? I go, nothing. Just someone trying to get me in my back. Let's go.
All right.
Now you get a bit of a disapproving feeling from Bear for the nipping, but
He started it.
no, from the nipping on
I think that was
JP, not
targeted
you,
at me.
Charlie.
yeah, no. Now JB says he started it.
He was bragging, which is not preferred, but we
He
don't.
was
attack.
teasing me.
I was not teasing you. We do think highly of you. We do think you kick ass.
You
That is
repeat it
true.
like that to make me uncomfortable.
No, he's repeating it the right way. It's true.
He is speaking the truth. He says, as you guys are are now in the same clearing that you first met Agra in. She doesn't seem to be quite around yet, though.
Welcome to combat affirmations. All right, everybody take a look around. Otherwise, we'll wait here for a bit.
Yeah, look over
JB's
here.
putting the sniffer to work.
Yeah, it'll take a few minutes, but you do hear the heavy sounds of a bear walking by close to you. I'm not gonna have anybody roll for it. The people in Lupus definitely hear it first. And you see Agra kind of come up and she'll like circle around all of you. She'll look at Charlie.
Agra, this is bear number 2.
Sorry, I don't know what I was expecting, but it definitely wasn't bad. She'll shift down into Hamid. Bear 2.
If he has a name, it's not one that translates easily, but I'm sure he'll explain it to you. Bear, this is Agra.
The I don't know how cartoonish I want this bear to be at this moment. The bear is gonna kind of like look at Agra very confused, like having just seen her go from like a full bear to a human. Oh, and I should say, you guys do realize that she's carrying this like leather pouch. It kind of stinks a little bit, but she's carrying it around her neck. And it's like slightly pointed up mystically. Slightly pointing towards the bear. And you'll see her kind of like look at between Charlie and the bear. Do you mind if we, and she kind of darts her fingers between herself and the bear.
We will leave you two alone to get acquainted.
You see her kind of smile, and she'll transform into the bear and kind of start like, they'll kind of like grunt and growl. Charlie's the only one who can understand of them doing introductions.
Anyone who doesn't want to be here for a nature film, it's time to go.
It seems like it's that time, yep.
Thank you for listening to Under a Blood Red Moon. If you enjoy this story, please make sure to subscribe and review wherever you're listening to our podcast. You can find more of our actual plays on our website at www.hallowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hallowedhavenstudios. Your support helps make more stories like this possible.
As you guys are making your way back either to the Great Cairn or Lydia Ashworth's Cairn, you guys are either conversing or doing whatever you would like as you are trekking along. Where are you guys going? Are you going to the Ashworth's Cairn, or are you going to the Great Cairn first?
We're going to the Great Cairn.
To go to the Great Cairn, yeah.
Okay. You guys make your way there. You come across the mystical line of defense to keep normal people away, and you're able to like walk through it as you have been officially invited in before about a week ago. And it should never cease to amaze you that the spirits are active here and they're just barely visible, and that humans in the wild pretty much coexist here. And it gets a little bit more into the tribal civilization as you guys get closer to the center of the cairn, and you are seeing some of the elders doing their work around, and other Garu doing what they need to as well with their kinfolk and inter-pack dynamics.
Okay.
Now, is this where we start asking questions?
It is. So, twice, JB, since we're going to need to ask for a moon bridge anyway, why don't you go start talking about Sept meeting and moon bridge, and me and Eyes will chat up the locals.
Okay.
That's good.
Ready, break.
All right.
JB will fall into step beside Twice, and after about 30 to 40 feet, she'll give one of those distinctly canine sighs and drop from Lupus to Hamid.
Okay.
Since she's got to be able to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And looks just as pleased about it as she always does.
Well, as you do with everything. You're going to some of the other elders, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. There are a couple that you recognize from your first meeting, the first very uncomfortable meeting. You don't see the one who talked a lot. You only see the ones who were kind of like quiet, semi-nodding behind him.
Okay.
I should also point out there's only two of them who were like nodding along behind him. Sorry.
Can I kind of do a general vibe check and see which one seems least likely to annoy me.
Yeah.
Or most likely to be able to tolerate me, might be a better way of putting it.
No, I think both of those are exceptional ways to say that. Go ahead and roll perception empathy,
Okay.
because that's kind of the vibe check, you know?
Difficulty?
If 6. Yeah, we'll stick with standard.
Yeah, 1 success. At least it's not a failure.
It's better than nothing. 2. Yeah, you have a little bit of a hard time. You kind of figure that this kind of old dude, who was like a little bit more apprehensive at some of the things that were like said by the sept leader, might be able to tolerate you a little bit better than the rest.
I'll make my way over then.
Ah, Miss JB. Wonderful to see you again after a week. How are you enjoying Vancouver?
It's been interesting. We were hoping we could get permission to open a moon bridge to return to the Valkyries, sept later.
How did you get here then?
Took the ferry.
Left your vehicle in the nearby town again. Smart. Why do you need the moon bridge if you took the ferry then? Why can't you take your vehicle on the ferry back?
No, we didn't take the vehicle on the ferry. We came over on foot.
Where did you leave the vehicle then?
At the Valkyrie sept, which is why we need to go back to get it.
He sighs and like slightly readjusts himself.
I can open the bridge. I just was hoping for permission to do so.
You have permission. How did you get here then? The ferry.
Walk?
Backtrack before there.
Now I'm confused as to what he's asking me.
You said he left Winnie at the Valkyrie sept.
Yes.
And that you took the ferry here. He's not entirely
We took
believing.
a ferry onto the island.
Yeah, the point that he's getting at is that he's not entirely believing your story, because the Valkyrie sept is in the mountains north of the city of Vancouver. Like semi in the mountains north of the city of Vancouver, and that is a long trek on foot.
Maybe he'll just kind of give a shrug. We got a ride into the city and then taxied over to the ferry. Did most of what we needed to do on foot because, frankly, taking an RV on the ferry sucks and is really expensive, and now we need to go back and get it.
You have permission.
Thank you.
How are the Valkyries doing?
Overall, pretty well. I think they'd like a little bit more recognition.
The leader of the Great Cairn is always good at recognizing the efforts of others in the city and around the city.
Yeah, well,
Nor is his biggest supporter.
and who might that be?
The Right Master.
Ah,
Caller of the Wild. She's good at what she does.
she might be good at what she does, but she's not exactly pleasant to be around.
I can't say that I know what you're talking of. And with your role from earlier, you can. I mean,
He definitely knows what I'm talking about. He just has to play dumb because of politics.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you get it. He's having to play. She has been an absolute delight to be around. She's good at what she does. She keeps the spirits tamed and the appearance of the Cairn up.
And
For that, we should be thankful.
over Face Bear, Twice is just going to say, JB, if she's good at what she does, maybe we should ask why there was a Bane fucking with the birds.
You know, far be it for me to question somebody of higher rank than me, but I would think that if she's so good at what she does, there wouldn't have been a Bane lurking around in the woods on your island. I dealt with it for you, but took over a whole flock of birds and everything.
Listing a murder of crows.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Do appreciate you dealing with that for us. She insists on doing her work alone. While the cairn doesn't encompass the entire island, some of our priorities should be dedicated to around the island. It should not be managed alone.
I agree. I mean, we work best as packs. weird that somebody in such a high position of importance is so bad at working with others.
Sometimes one who's put in charge isn't exactly the most savvy politically among our kind. Sometimes they wanted their place on the throne and have to settle for a backseat.
Well,
But that typically just goes for the Shadow Lords.
maybe he doesn't say a word to that, because she doesn't want to completely badmouth her backmate's tribe.
Though speaking of politics, we have spoken with the Valkyries, and considering the fact that we're trying to get everybody to work together for the benefit of all our groups, they would be willing to come speak, see what can be worked out to the mutual benefit of everybody, or at least everybody in Vancouver.
Good. What of the Buddhas?
And at that, twice over Facebear will say, Charlie,
Yeah.
what were the Buddha's disposition on coming to meet the Great Cairn and discussing diplomacy with the Leech?
They're happy to talk. They're the ones we haven't talked to yet about having a big meeting, though.
Got it. Making sure I wasn't about to lie.
No. Sorry. Just gonna correct Charlie there. You guys have talked about it. You guys didn't give like a full
Right.
plan yet.
Right.
You haven't given anybody a full plan yet.
Other than we're going to meet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that, I'll just say they're willing to talk.
Have you picked out a location?
That I was thinking we would probably best have here if we could.
No. We did pick a location.
Did we? Ooh.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, we did.
What was the
Did
location?
Yeah. The cruise ship terminal.
I gotcha. I'm right.
Because it wasn't going to be at anybody's cairn. That was
JB
part of the
will-
point. Because the leeches are coming.
JB will elbow twice what he starts to say here, and she goes, no, cruise ship place, right?
Cruise ship terminal. Figure nobody can expect preferential treatment there.
Smart.
Plus, it might put things into perspective on what we're dealing with as a whole, even if we don't feel it individually. The same way, anyway, individually.
Assuming at night as well.
Well, yeah.
Would probably be the most opportunistic time to do it.
It's literally the only time leeches could show up, so.
The important thing is making sure that we're all working together so that the leeches don't get the advantage of our division.
They wouldn't. The prince in the city, he wouldn't do that. He cares too much about his people.
Apparently he doesn't care so much that he's not willing to kill a bunch of them off if he feels like there's too many, so.
Apparently, who he considers his people is a finite list.
Of
And
20,
flexible.
yes. 20 permanent. Without the compact, we're not there to limit and enforce his numbers. That is why he is upset. He knows and respects the fact that there is a finite amount of blood in the city. Now, I can't say that I accept and agree on anything that the leeches do, especially harming the humans. But he is at least smart enough to know to take care of his people and make sure that they are fed. That is why he is upset. He also understands having a surplus, having some of a surplus of food for guests, because sometimes vampires do visit the city for some reason that we still can't place. But the vampires that do visit, crazy or incredibly smart. There's no in between. So don't mistake yourselves as him being callous and cruel, flexible, and okay with murder.
Well, respectfully, at the moment, it seems like he might be on a little bit of a back foot because, well, he's going to try to use his participation as a bargaining tool based on us doing work for him. The fact that he needs us to do that work for him, I don't think he realizes is a bit of a misplayed hand.
He probably doesn't. It's probably out of too much kindness on his own. He's kind. He wants to take care of his own. And that is why the permanent residents that have stuck around here, the smart ones, like him. Yet, they also despise him, because that means that they cannot continue their lineage.
Vice is going to look over at JB. That's a take I didn't think of. Population control for the leeches in the city. even the ones on his side.
I don't know that I buy it being quite that benevolent, but she'll shrug.
Either way, if we get all three of our groups working together, we can make sure whatever deal we come out with will be on top of.
That is the Buddha's goal. They want to be on top. We want to rule. That is the great agreed upon position of the Great Cairn. And again, that can change depending on the leadership. Is that understood?
Pretty sure.
Good. Gather your materials. Nectar right. Send a message about what day. I will be there. So will the Sept leader. And all of those who hold position here. With that, he will... Oh,
I was just gonna say JB will turn and go to figure out where she needs to be to cast the moon bridge, because we were in the war room place before, so I don't know exactly where where all the stones and stuff are here.
Yeah, probably closer to the war room again, because that whole building was like the biggest building in the whole Great Cairn.
Okay.
Kind of like the big, like one of the big lodges you would like come across in a Nordic village.
Over Face Bear, Charlie and Eyes will be told that she's gonna go relax a little bit and get ready. Maybe find something to wash the taste of the fucking bane out of her mouth.
Understood. If anything changes, let us know.
Oh, Charlie,
Yeah,
she's already not liked. He doesn't like her.
I do love hand baskets that have no brakes.
Eyes, have you been telling Charlie about your attempts at driving?
No. I use the brakes.
And I'm just not getting that reference.
Not sure either.
Kids these days.
And with that, we transition over to Charlie and Eyes.
So, do we talk to certain particular people, or do we just go talking?
I think we start, and Charlie wants to look around for a group that looks like... I'm looking for a group of people that look like they are a pack together, and are not busy at the moment, because I don't want to interrupt anybody while they're working.
Okay. I don't think any pack is not working here, but
Okay.
there are some that look a little bit less busy than others.
Yeah, someone where if I walked up and started talking to them, I wouldn't be disrupting their efforts, or not too much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there is this pack of what looks like the most stereotypical young pup Fiona pack. Like, it's just Fiona.
Oh, perfect. I am going to go ahead and activate Persuasion. Try and make this a little easier. I will succeed.
Okie dokes.
And I'm going to walk over. I presume that my wounds have healed, but I'm pretty sure I soaked a lot of it, but I took like 4 levels of damage. I'm pretty sure my suit looks like it's been through hell.
Yeah, your suit's fucked up.
And so I will go over, go, hey, don't take this the wrong way, but anybody help me get out of these clothes and into some clean ones? I'm afraid I came a little bit of a mess walking through your barn.
Yeah, they all of them generally look at you, and it strikes you as them all being horny toads. And one of them finally, like, kind of like they pick up the courage and like, yeah, I can totally help you get out of those clothes, that suit in particular.
You're a sweetheart.
Kind of like and this guy will kind of like come up close to you and probably just a tad bit too close for comfort without being like right in your face.
I allow the proximity to linger. I go, that's very nice of you, because I'm walking through the bond to your cairn, and my pack and I my war leader here will back me up on this. We were attacked by a Bane.
Oh, Bane did this to your clothes. They definitely need to come off then. They could be tainted.
Yeah. Who the fuck is your keeper of the land? Because they're sleeping. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't know. She hasn't been around for a few days.
Who is that?
Oh, her name's Lydia.
Wait, isn't she... Didn't we see her at the little personal cairn we found?
Yeah.
What do you mean personal cairn?
You guys don't know? It's like, and he'll describe the directions to it. She's got her own little spot out there. Got a pathstone out there and everything.
She has her own cairn, her own place to draw gnosis from, to easily step into the Umbra.
And she's letting guests get torn to shit by Bane-possessed crows. What the ever-loving fuck?
How is she supposed to keep these grounds if she's so busy with her own?
Definitely be reporting this. No one should have their own cairn.
Especially if they're not even doing their job.
Exactly. But you still need to get out of those clothes.
I really do. And you're I tell you what, you're giving me eyes that make me want. Hang on, I'm getting that. My theory.
Where are you gonna try to fake?
It's basically just replaying the conversation I already had with JB. Wait, you know what? If you ever get, if your Theurge ever wants to learn a gift that allows you to allows them to speak into your mind and tell you shit, don't let them have it. There's a thing. I gotta go.
Is your Theurge poking? Oh God, always runs. Fun. Hey, fine. I'm get going. You'll come back though, right? You better.
Oh, you'll see me around.
All right.
Before we go, what was her deed name again? This keeper of grounds.
I can't remember. They seem like genuinely like worried that they can't remember.
Does she not even have a deed name?
No, she does. It's and they kind of like start murmuring among themselves, trying to remember, and then they like eventually forget that you're there.
And I will say over Face Bear, okay, we're on our way back to you.
Before
I will give them directions on where we are.
Yeah. Okay. Are you, Charlie? Are you going to try to find the sub leader to tell them where to meet?
No, not yet, because I still got to get the Buddhas on board to meet at the site. Once everybody's agreed to meet, then I pick a date, and everybody gets told the date at once.
Okay. Right. You two do eventually meet up with the rest of your pack.
Well, if anyone's saying a good word about her by tomorrow, it'll be a miracle.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like people say much good about her anyway, other than that quote unquote she's good at her job. But I don't know how long that's gonna last.
You would think her deed name would be well known if she's good at her job.
What do you mean?
They didn't know it.
Yes.
We talked to a pack. They didn't know her. I haven't heard her give a deed name. Have you? She's just Lydia Ashworth everywhere she's going.
Huh. No, I hadn't really noticed, but that's a good point. Well,
Maybe
what the fuck?
Maybe something to mention to your ambitious Valkyrie friends.
Yeah.
The elder we spoke to mentioned, implied that she's got ambitions for the throne, I think was their words. But she has to settle for guiding in the background or taking a back seat. And she's one of the staunchest supporters of the current leader of the Cairn, which makes it sound like the leader of the Cairn might be, I want to say under her sway, but at least heavily influenced by her.
Oh.
Also not terribly political.
Yeah.
You know one of the hardest parts about being a leader? Making that decision when your good buddy has now become a liability.
JB glances over at Eyes and then back at Charlie, and her eyes narrow a little bit like I missed something.
It's like they talked about something.
She doesn't say anything. She's just sort of eyeing them like, what the fuck is going on?
Don't worry about it.
What is there to worry about?
Also, why do you have the smug look on your face?
Because I'm smug. You've met me.
Not usually. This is that I just got 5 phone numbers in 5 minutes kind of smug look.
He was.
Were there 5 of them?
I think so, yes.
5
Yeah.
who?
Whoa.
Fiona.
Yes.
Feel like I should be asking if she gets her range back right now.
Twice is just like wildly looking around, going with the hole being dug this deep. There's got to be a shovel somewhere.
Look, I'm not gonna have you gain a rage, but there's something worse. I'm gonna have you roll your total. It's gonna be a frenzy, and it's a +1 difficulty because of your rank, so it should be easier for you to control.
Okay. Wait, +1 difficulty should make it easier to control?
Yeah, you want to fail this roll.
You want to fail
Ah, okay. So what's my difficulty?
total. So you want your I believe the base 7, so I think it's 8.
Okay.
And if I get it wrong, then we'll address it later, and I'm not too worried.
2 successes.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You're the one who called for the roll. Don't heavy
I
side
know.
me.
I know. I was expecting you to fail. I was expecting you to succeed. You have such a small dice pool. Okay.
JB did like eyes levels of damage earlier. She's clearly rolling hot tonight.
Roll your Dex plus Brawl, please.
Okay.
You're in Hamid, right?
I am.
Yeah, we'll stick with that for now.
2.
All right. Roll your Strength +1 as you sucker punch Charlie, because Charlie can't catch a fucking break today.
I'm so sorry.
Fine. I'm glad I'm still in Glabro.
2.
It's gonna serve you well. Your Strength's not 1.
You said strength +1, right?
Oh my god, yeah, it is.
I only have a
2.
strength of 2. In Hamid, I have like no strength. JB is a skinny little girl.
Yeah, Charlie, you take that. You'll see, like, JB is like on this break of going into like a frenzy, into the place where she might turn into a Krynos next. And if nobody's gonna do anything, that's what she's gonna do.
Oh no! Twice will immediately get in between and be like, wait.
Get the fuck out of the way, Twice.
Give them a chance.
Do not mistake me. I love you. I treasure you. I am still the Pack Alpha and the Galliard. I did my job, and you're going to suck it up right now. Or the next time you swing at me, I'm swinging back.
Charisma Intimidation against... Yeah, we'll do diff 7 on that.
There's actually a mechanic for a stare down.
I don't remember what it is. It's escaping my mind.
It's Charisma Intimidation, difficulty 5 plus the target's rank.
So that'd be diff 8 then.
Yep. And that's both of us roll. You roll Charisma Intimidation or your Rage, whichever is higher. I'm pretty sure both of us Charisma Intimidation is higher.
No, my rage is higher.
Okay. Then
JB does not have intimidation.
then the problem is that's a rage roll. If you roll really well, you frenzy.
Yeah,
I would just like to remind you guys, I didn't call for this.
Nope.
That's all right. Don't worry. Have faith.
2.
And we'll spend a point of willpower.
Please roll better than me.
I will be shocked if he doesn't.
This is
Given-
what we're talking about.
The other thing I'll ask for, given my position, is can I throw my natural leader dice on this?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're the alpha.
And does my captivating specialty apply?
I believe JB finds you hot.
JB's also really mad at him right now.
Both
You're
are
the
true.
one who You're barely. Whoa. And 10 dice, only 3 successes.
Look,
It's diff 8. What do you want me to do?
I know, but it stresses me out still. I know I called for this, but like, shit.
Actually, I still have persuasion on, so it should be diff 7,
That should be diff 7.
Okay,
but
so
yeah,
that's much better.
which would give me 5 successes.
Still stresses me out. But it's good. It's good. Yeah, you were definitely cowed back down out of that like kind of semi-jealous frenzy that jealous and berserk frenzy that Eyes semi-egged on by pushing a little bit, but yeah.
JB will step around Charlie. She does that thing where she lets her shoulder kind of bump into him as she passes, and moves over to start the right to open the bridge without a word.
Charlie will turn to twice. Thank you for stepping in. I needed to fix that.
Understand, I was just reacting, trying to cast any doubt on you being able to handle it.
I know. Let's go home.
Good idea.
Sounds good.
Jamie, go ahead and make that roll again.
Okay. What's Enigmas? What is the level of the cairn I'm at?
5, I believe, actually, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, we're good. JB does not wait for everybody else to go through this time. She opens it and immediately steps through.
Eyes will follow.
Hey. Assuming everyone follows through.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it's yeah, that step in between is just a tad bit shorter this time. Which is what leads to like a slight stumble, but not by much. And you guys are now at the Valkyrie Sept. And you see the Right Master pick up the path stone that you guys used to cross and move it to instantly close the portal. Everything was successful?
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, I used the wrong voice. Oh, that's good, dear. Glad it was successful. Did you have a talk with some of the people of the Great Cairn?
We
I'll
did.
catch you up. JB's headed outside.
We did. Some of the middle leadership is not happy because she's kind of in the pocket of the Sept leader, but she's apparently a ragingly bad politician. And the younger pups didn't know she had a cairn of her own she was keeping to herself. So they're now pissed off about that. Oh, and something to tell to anyone who might be looking to knock her off her perch. Does she have a deed name that you know of?
Of course she has a deed name. It's
Yeah, that's the reaction we got at the Great Cairn too.
heard of something like this before.
Something like what?
The loss of a name. There are only a few who could do that. Rare ones that are of our kind. But a few can take it, and even fewer can take the memory of it away.
I'm not sure it's that in depth.
It might be. It'd be hard to get to that sort of position without having some sort of deed name that you'd said at least a dozen times, because there's a moment where you have to state it to issue the challenge. Either way.
And it might be remembered in the moment, but if you can't hold on to the memory, that's what's happening. Nobody can hold on to the memory. It's there in the short term, but not the long term.
I'd say that puts her on even shakier ground.
Or she has a mage in her pocket. There are some mages on the outskirts of the city to the east. No, not mages, a mage and some followers there. Not like the ones that were in the city before. These, you've heard the stories of old with some blood sacrifices, correct? The tales of the Impergium?
Yeah.
These mages are almost like that.
Oh, great.
They don't exactly look on other humans with such kindness, more as tools. think they call themselves a follower of Verbena.
Well,
She has them in her pocket. Then we are in a little bit of deeper shit than we might have realized. But we can handle it. We just have to catch the mage unaware. And so far, we have that element of surprise to our advantage.
It could be handled.
Not by you.
Oh.
Not by your pack. You're causing too many waves. It would be almost seen coming. But one of us, one of the people they might have dealt with before. Yes. Spying on the Verbena, taking them out.
I will leave you to your skullduggery. I have to go apologize to my packmate now.
Go do that. You two.
Mhm.
Are you also going to be going with him, or are you going to be doing something else?
I think he can handle his apology on his own.
Need help with anything?
No, I would suggest that you two actually get your vehicle ready and not ready to go. Or needed in the city. It's been foretold.
By who?
The spirits.
Very well.
Is there a location on where we're needed?
You'll be drawn to it. Most likely. I don't have a location, unfortunately, but the will of fate and destiny should bring you there.
All right,
Twice.
let's get Winnie ready.
Let's go. They might already be there. If they are, let's let them have their conversation. Then we'll pile in.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go. And Eyes will head on towards Winnie.
And he will thank the elder before leaving.
She'll nod her head in appreciation. JB,
Yes.
before Charlie finds you, what are you doing?
JB went and grabbed a couple of things from Winnie and went to make herself scarce.
Oh, actively hiding or no?
Hiding is a strong word. It's more putting distance between herself and them.
Okay. Charlie, are you checking Winnie first? What are you doing?
Yep, I will check Winnie. I will look around, and then I will say over Face Bear, where are you?
On the way to the Winnie.
JB, where are you?
There's no way to block out that voice, is there?
No.
No, I think we've covered this before. I can't turn it off. JB's just not going to answer. She's pointedly not going to answer.
You can tell me where you are, or we can have a one-sided conversation where everyone gets to hear. Your choice.
Please tell him where you are. Please.
JB's not laughing. I'm laughing.
And twice
Okay.
follow it up with, this might be a good time for you to get your dictionary eyes in case it does end up being something we can hear.
Oh, but it'll be so distracting.
I'm not in the mood to talk.
Where are you?
Don't worry about it.
And tentatively, that's when Twice will say over Face Bear, the elder did say we're going to be needed in the city soon, that the spirits foretold it. Soon enough that she suggested we get Winnie ready now.
We are on our way back.
Charlie, are you searching?
Charlie is going to step out of the Winnebago, let Twice and Eyes get on, light a cigarette. I'm going to ask once more, and then I'm going to come looking for you. Where are you?
And that's around the time that JB will come around the corner, because as soon as she heard that the spirits foretold it, she rolled her eyes and turned around. And she'll just look at him. I'm not talking, and neither are you.
Yeah, because that's going to solve things.
I need a fucking minute, Charlie. So let's go deal with yet another fucking problem this place has to put on our this place has to put on our goddamn plate. So we'll talk later, okay?
Takes a long drag on his cigarette.
And JB will climb into Winnie. And
Charlie,
she's
you
gonna
take
sit in the
driver's seat?
back this time.
Oh. Okay. Charlie, you take the driver's seat, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Excuse me, everyone. You turn on Winnie and begin to drive. You know you need to go talk to the Smiling Buddhas.
Yep.
And that's kind of where you're driving. I don't think they mentioned about you guys being drawn to a specific place, but it's where you know that you need to go.
Yeah, they mentioned fate would guide us.
And it'll take about an hour with some moderate speeding and Winnie, which does make it rattle. Make it rattle a little bit. I don't think we've personified Winnie too much yet. And you do arrive in the parking spot area that you parked Winnie in the first time you guys came here.
All right. I don't think this will take long. Any of you are welcome to come with me. They're probably going to be a little snotty about it if you do, but I don't give a fuck.
I can keep you protected. Not that that's much of a worry, but...
Well, you never know.
I'll come with you.
Okay. Eyes is coming with. Twice are you staying in Winnie?
He'll be coming along.
Okay.
JB, you coming?
JB is staying.
3 of you go into the building. Well, that's not where our focus is going to be. Our focus is on JB.
Jesus Christ, this poor girl can't get a break. She's just like, I just want a few minutes by myself. And the storyteller's like, nah, bitch.
No. You will be alone. You will be by yourself.
Oh, no.
Well, that's kind of going to make it worse. You're angry. I would say a little bit stressed. I'm not going to have you do the roll yet. As you're doing your own thing in Winnie, you do come across a few of Charlie's things, a couple shirts, some pants, a few old floppy disks that probably have a messy label on them now. You can't tell if they were important. You don't know if they work. The laptop is around, but you know that's probably a little bit too valuable and important to break out of anger. And there is this big feeling inside. You're having a lot of big feelings.
Big feelings. Tiny person, big feelings. That's JB.
Tiny person, big feelings. And normally they wouldn't feel so amplified, but there is just something in the air around you that is amplifying it as well. And it's driving you to break or tear something apart.
Yeah, JB will avoid the laptop. I think she'll avoid the floppy disk, but she is not going to show any fucking mercy to Charlie's favorite dress shirt.
Yeah, you probably tore through it or grabbed a pair of scissors to make it easier to tear apart. I don't think you have anything to take out the seams directly, so you can't make any of his clothes fall apart at the seams when he puts them on next.
That would require a lot of time and patience. I don't foresee really angry JB having.
No, that's also the other thing. And it feels good. It feels cathartic. It feels right to be taking this apart. Part of you is thinking, I'm part of Jupiter. Jupiter in the Roman mythology is the leader. He offered. She said I could be a leader. And it's just a thought. That's all it is. It doesn't necessarily feel like your own, but it is sitting in your mind now. As we go to the other 3. As you arrive on the floor with the Buddhas. You see the Charlie and Twice, you see the same lady who was at the reception desk before. Oh, hi, Mr. Holt and... this is me genuinely forgetting Charlie's last name. Mr. Holt and Mr. Moore? It's good to see you, and I see you have a guest today. What's your name, sir?
Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage, okay. Are you two here to see Webweaver again, or Webwalker?
Are we?
Yeah, all 3 of us are.
All 3? I don't entirely know how she'll feel about all 3, but she might be a little bit...
I couldn't give a fuck how she's going to feel about anything right now. We just have a message to pass on, and we'll be on our way.
Please, Mr. Moore, just relax. I only work here.
Don't take
So do
it too
I.
hard. Don't take it too hard. Our friend here has had a long day.
Okay. If you all wouldn't mind just having a seat, I believe it or not, I have heard some good news about you all from our board, and from around the city, believe it or not. Making some good moves.
We'll wait.
Hey, coffee, water, tea, soda?
I'll take a coffee.
I'm all right, thanks.
I'm fine.
Okay. And you see her press a button on her desk, and then we'll go over to the coffee pot that she has nearby and start pouring into like a disposable cup. And she'll walk over to Eyes and go like, Mr. Gage, would you like any cream or sugar that I can grab for you?
Yes, please.
And she'll bring out 2 bowls filled with one filled with cream, the other filled with sugar. The disposable creams.
Eyes will like sip, so there's just enough room to just constantly pour sugar and milk into it until it's more of a sweet thing than anything else.
Thank you, Charlie says to the receptionist.
You're welcome, Mr. Moore. And not too long after Eyes turns his coffee into a dessert, Web Walker will come out and nod at Charlie.
Hey,
Mr.
can we talk for a minute?
Yes, would you mind? They said you want all 3 of you wanted to talk. Would you mind coming to the boardroom then?
Sure.
The meeting room. You two come with me. I'm sure Mr. Moore might already know the way, but just in case, I will lead the way. And they will turn around and start walking.
Eyes will follow them.
They will then hold open a door for all 3 of you to enter. They'll sit at the head of the table. So, Mr. Moore, Mr. Holt, Mr. Gage. Told you wanted to talk. I understand that might be short, but I do appreciate the more professional atmosphere that we have in this room.
The other 2 septs are ready to talk. The Valkyries want more recognition within the city. The Great Cairn twice.
Well, put it in their words, the Great Cairn want to rule, but willing to talk things out and figure out where everybody can stand before deciding who's standing on what. That's what I gathered.
Okay.
The Valkyries also want you to front the money to start a women's shelter.
That will be doable. They want recognition within the city as well. I take it in some also in the form of the shelter, perhaps
Yes.
with some perhaps with some iconography of showing the Valkyries and showing how good they are.
I think they're going to handle the guru politics on their own. They have their own design for that. But yeah, women's shelter that they run. You pay for, they run it.
Seems doable. Entirely volunteer-led by themselves. It's a good idea.
We're going to meet all 3 septs and the local leech leadership.
You've met them.
We
Good.
have.
It's important to keep them satisfied.
Why?
Makes our jobs easier. That way we don't have to exterminate them all. A controlled population is much easier than having to deal with sporadic pop-ups.
I was just thinking it's so hard that it pops up over Face Bear that if there's a population of 0, it's much easier to control than any more than 0.
And over Face Bear twice, I'll just say normally I'd agree, but in this case, the population of 0 just means there's a lot of empty space for non-zero to show back up.
I've been spending a lot of time explaining to my pack why sometimes you have to live with other predators wandering around. But I do think y'all might be just a little too cozy.
Tell me, Mr. Moore, I assume and somewhat know that you have experience in in war with the leeches. And I'm sure that you've met one of their factions, like how we have our own with the Black Spiral Dancers between ourselves, what they consider evil and what they consider good, what they consider chaos.
I know about their general organization.
And you were there for war, so you know that one of the factions will take and kill and send random people out to the slaughter just to try and win a war.
Yep.
Now, what
Ran into some of those.
So you know what I'm talking about. That they'll take our kinfolk, they will take our resources, they will decimate the population just to win. And you know that we need the kinfolk. You know
I
that
do.
we need the humans.
I do. You know what? And you know what? The so-called good guy faction took kinfolk out from under our nose in Chicago. So don't come to me about the lesser of two evils bullshit. I don't buy it. There's living with people and there's understanding you're still living with the fucking enemy. That these people are still fucking leeches. They prey upon your kinfolk, your city. And I don't see you getting pissed about it, and that makes me wonder.
We controlled our emotions. We controlled the compact.
And let me tell you something else. That is the thing that people have been whispering there is a problem with the Glasswalkers for as long as I have held that name. I have spent a good portion of my day trying to remain calm and watching as people slowly forget that I too am a fucking werewolf and not to be fucking trifled with. So, if the Great Cairn wants to rule, but you still want to run things, you better show up like you know how to run a pack, not a corporation.
Is that all?
You might also want to show up with an address for that shelter.
We will. We'll do both. Is there anything else, Mr. Moore?
My name's Charlie. And no,
I trust you know the exit.
I
will
do.
be here. I will be
You put
here.
up a sign and everything.
Forgive me for not letting you out. I'm going to be thinking.
Think hard.
They will gesture for you to leave.
You guys need anything?
No, I think we've got it covered.
Twice?
Thing I could think of. I'm good here.
Then let's go.
Eyes will take up the rear, and on the way out the door, he'll leave with a one-finger salute.
Is it the middle finger?
That's the one.
Okay. They will just ignore it. The receptionist will just go like, have a good day, Mr. Moore, Mr. Gage, and Mr. Holt.
You too. We're going to send back. What's the best way to just get a note to you? It's just going to be a date that you need to pass on to Webwalker.
We have a fax and
Perfect.
email. You can just email us as well.
Perfect. Actually, if you have a fax, I get your number. Thanks.
Okay. Have a good day again, Mr. Moore.
You too.
All right. You guys come back to Winnie, and there's a few strands of clothing on the floor.
Charlie just stares at it for a second.
AB, you in here?
I'm here.
You okay?
Yep.
Did you forget to undress before you shifted?
That's my shirt.
Oh, Seems that you still have some more not talking to do with each other.
Let's go park for the night.
Okay.
We've been all over creation today.
All right. Are you guys going to the same kind of like park that you were at before you went to the Valkyrie Sept?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's familiar. You guys know it well. It's nighttime. Is anyone cooking a big meal, or is everyone kind of doing the whole not talking to each other?
JB's not talking. JB will, however, grab like a pillow and a blanket and is going to sleep up on top of Winnie for the night.
Charlie will cook.
Hey.
Eyes will slink off into the shadows, find a nice quiet place, and meditate.
Meditate in the sense of getting gnosis or just calming thoughts?
Calming thoughts.
Okay.
Can we see the moon?
Yes. Let's see, I had it at a half moon before, so I think it's crescent now. I think I had it at half moon.
No, I think you had it at
Get a gibbous.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, fuck me. This is me forgetting my lunar phases. Too much shit put on my brain today. So half moon today, I believe now. Or is that
So-
full? Or whatever. Yeah.
Listen,
Stick with
I just want to
half-bound.
know. I just want to know how much rage I get back. That's what I care about.
Give me a second, and I will tell you.
We can do it after session if you want.
Yeah. Let's do it after session. Charlie's making a big food. Eyes is out meditating twice.
Twice will just be hanging near Charlie while he's cooking. Just gonna mention, Charlie, one of the hurdles we're gonna have to probably tackle is the fact that the Buddha want to be on top of everything, and the Great Karen apparently wants to rule everything.
Yep.
If you'd asked me before we came to Vancouver if I thought that the Black Furies would be the easier ones to talk to, I would have said probably not. But I get the feeling right now that they're going to be the easier ones to talk to.
They probably will. So Ashworth is like in the pocket of the Sept leader. What's the Sept leaders? What's their deal?
Well, JB and I didn't really ask too much about the Sept leader, although we probably should.
We got told that they're not political.
Yeah, we tried to play it a little safe and focus mostly on her. But she is his biggest supporter.
Okay.
So I think in a push come to shove situation, like you said, if she's a liability, he might find himself having to make a hard choice. So hopefully the meeting will be out enough for the damage we're hoping to have done gets done.
Yeah. And with if his biggest supporter gets knocked out of position, he has to compromise.
My read on it is that the elder that we were speaking to and the other one that was there who didn't speak but was present, they probably genuinely would go for what's best for the Karen rather than a more personal or selfish take like she would.
Okay.
Or at least as it was strongly implied she would.
I think we can work that out. It's in their interest to work it out. Think they're all aware at this point, and hopefully, depending on what sort of information the prince gives us, we can make clear that it's their distance and ignorance that's allowing these problems to fester.
I think so.
All right. With that, I think that is a good place for us to end for tonight. Thank you for listening to Under a Blood Red Moon, a Werewolf the Apocalypse actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Storytelling for this actual play is provided by Virons. Junkyard Bitch is played by Bloody Porcelain, Fangbanger by Bookkeeper, Eyes in the Dark by Gavin Cash, Twice Lived by Aeronoth. Our intro music is Astral Body by Ace. Our art is by Altior, or DEOBU0400. Editing is by Termite.